I nọ na be my senior man and my boss man, the NKC Global, OdaaPuo, one of Igboland. So today, the co-cam media, I tell me a little bit interview. Ejogasia, Kaimaro, reasons OJ may invest in a youth program. First of all, I will say good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you for honoring me, sir.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it. Sir, quite some time now, I feel me name from co-cam carnival down to ball obe, sponsoring of ball obe, co-cam carnival and youth program na co-cam. So all these things, man, Sinanga today. Let's ask you a few questions, stay with you, get a thought about and get some things and know you more, you understand? So my names are Jeffrey Cheese, like I told you, CEO Jeffrey Cheese Group and TV.
That's enough of you.
Yeah, thank you, boss man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate. So my first question will go like this. Should I use Igbo English?
Oh,
Anyone?
fine.
Okay, sir. So, boss man, what's your personal experience or moment that inspired you to dedicate your time in the resource of youth empowerment and philanthropy?
Mm, actually, I would say growing up, a lot of things I experienced. I didn't grow up like this. I found myself here. So for that reasons, able to know and see the importance of investing in the youth, how to make others happy, especially the youth. So it was something I do with love, lot of experience and
Okay. So, from your work with young people so far, what do you believe are your biggest challenges youth face today, and how can programs like sports, community events help address them?
sports and events are very important. Actually, my own opinion, um, sport is very helpful to youth, especially if you are scared on it very well. Like if it's something you know how to do, not just to jump into it. So many people have love for sports. So many people just want to do it because of others are doing it. But more important is that if there's an avenue that's will be created specifically to help youth to participate and see if you'll be able to find out their different talents. So that will be fine too. So I think I don't know how I'm going to explain it, but sports especially is very important. And if you look at the world today, entertainment and sports is taking over. So I think it's on a very good avenue, and the opportunity should be given to more youth to participate, to be able to see how they can find out
Their
what
hidden
what they can do.
talent. Hidden talent. Okay, number three. How do you measure the real impact of the youth program support beyond attendance publicity?
Mm, I don't even know how I'm going to explain that, but it's very important actually. You need like the importance of it, right? Youth is very very important because at the end of the day, it's a way of interactions between the youth, the elders, the stakeholders, and some other personalities. So, if you're talking about impact and gains, if that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
It's very effectively because of the people involved. Because everything that has to do about it or around it is not just the youth, might be sponsored by some elderly people, some entrepreneurs or business owners, companies or whatever. So the impact is really a good one. That's why I don't play in investing or trying to be involved when it comes to that.
Okay. So, what value or skill do you believe most for our young people to develop in order to succeed in life, regardless their background? Like while growing up, like you told me, you aren't like this. So, what skills do you think a youth can go into, irrespective of their background?
Like I remember when I was schooling earlier, when I gained admission into university.
Excuse
That's
sir, let me ask something. Where did you do your secondary school?
my secondary school is somehow like, many people think I schooled in Okanano, but actually I my JS1 was at Maryland Boys. But through then I was always on Okanano. I have many friends who went to Okanano's secondary
Boys.
school, so Okanano Boys. So that made people, even their schools and most of their this thing, most of their programs, they put me. I'm there. But I actually went for, sorry, a Maryland Boys for my JS1, and then after that, I now moved down to Abuja. So my JS2 team, my SS3 was in Kubwa, Government Secondary School, Kubwa, Abuja.
I schooled at Okunan Union Boys.
Okay, cool. So many people don't know that because I was always in Oakland there. So most of the sets when I was in Maryland Boys, they assume that I schooled there, but no. You go there, you see the award, they have gotten so many awards and everything. But whatever they are doing up to date, I'm sponsoring it, I'm assisting and so forth. Because I was always the actual, like I said. I was always there. So that is it. So from back to your question, like when I was growing up, especially when I get admission in my school, that's one thing I did. Most of the time or the days that I don't have classes, I always go to my cousin's shop, mechanic shop, workshop, to learn mechanic, just to make sure I have a skill or something just in case. But thank God I graduated and I served. But so my advice is that most of the young youths should be able to engage their time meaningfully and not wasting it. One, not everybody knows that education is the key. Some people say education is waste of time. Education is not a waste of time in any way at all. When you're educated and when you went to school, when you go to school, there's so many opportunities that you have that people that do not go to school have. I can remember when we were growing up, so many of us stopped going to school. They started learning work, went to businesses and other things. That, yeah, they were doing good before. They started making more money. They started having their own businesses and being the organ on their own boss and other things. And then when we were in school, most of them were assisting us, giving us some little pocket money and other. But I will tell you, for over 12 to 15 years now that I graduated, most of us have topped and have tripled whatever all those people are doing. So anybody who says education is scam is making a very big mistake. So my advice to the youth, even before you're talking about finding out the skills or all that, is education is my first priority to advise anybody who has opportunity or who has someone who will assist him or her to go to school. But it's also good to be able to learn some skills. You can learn mechanic, you can learn carpenter. I learned carpenter too when I was in primary school. I was learning carpenter. So all my life, I've always tried to do something meaningful. You know what I'm saying? So my advice is there's so many things to do out there, especially now that the internet is there. You can do so many things and it will sell without much stress. So people should endeavor to go to school. Right? Like I said, that is my first priority. Then, if you're somebody who loves sports, why not? Sport is booming and helping so many people now. Find something, some sports you can do weekends or during your school, during the times you're not in school, you don't have classes. Learn mechanic, learn trading, learn anything. You can do both. You can go to school and the days you don't have class or on the weekend or during the vacation, the holiday times, you can go and be learning something. It's very important. But make sure you add school on it. It's very important. It's not a waste in any way. That's why the fact there's no job, but school is not a waste.
Okay, there's something I want to put in.
Hmm?
For quite some time now, you have supported co-campers in different way. For example, you did our co-camp carnival, you did a show in co-camp at Mbango Aziz, plus philanthropy aspect of it. So why do you like co-camp?
To be sincere with you, what you know is go camp. Yeah, so I really I don't like co camp and I don't hate co camp. But to answer that actually before I go to where I'm coming from, I grew up in co camp. You know, I was actually born at Nsuka. I came to Enugu 1987, 88. So I grew up in co-camp after my secondary, during my secondary school. That when I left and then went to Abuja. And that bond, relationship have been there, because I was trained in co-camp, you know. So I did co-camp carnival, not just last year. I've done it for over 2, 3 years now. As in, not 2, 3, over 6 years now because it's 2 2 years. And for the past 3 times now, I'm the one who sponsored it. But last year or last 2 years came out publicly because they now started using my pictures and then it was named OdaaPuo.
Yeah.
You know, the caption was OdaaPuo, which is
Yeah.
my name.
You're a
So
global brand.
yeah, so that's
OdaaPuo
why
is
you
a
now see
global
like, oh,
brand.
you sponsored last 2 years carnival. I've been sponsoring that carnival. I sponsored that carnival for over 3 4 times now to get as big as it is today. So Mbamigo itself, the carnival I did with them, they approached me and I said, okay, that is where I grew up from. This last December, I was there too. The Broco Zero people, they were closing their
Yeah.
year. I went there, I gave them gifts, I gave them books, I gave them 1 million to use. They said they needed their altar and other things. So I gave them 1 million to build the altar, buy chaplet and all the things you're going to use for the Broco Zero. And I guess so. Then I gave them 1 million and I shared them books. So I did the same thing in Abwatu last 2 years. I did it in Abwa again last year. I did the same thing in what is it called? After CPS. They call them
Siding.
Siding too. They are this last one they played. I've done it in a lot of places. I've assisted in a lot of things, both the people that does charity. So it's not just co-camp. It's something I have loved doing, and it's something I've been doing, even in my own community, even the people I grew up from. I've been doing youth empowerment. I've been giving them money for businesses to assist them and so forth. So that is just really me, not just co-camp. It's me.
Okay.
It's me.
So, as the person who speaks for the co-camp youth and co-camp youth mobilizer, last year we didn't hold our co-camp soccer carnival as the co-camp youth, and last year we did our co-camp far side. So, I would ask, and on behalf of youth, I would say, if we will see another face of the co-camp league where we have the OdaaPuo co-camp league or the OdaaPuo co-camp far side, how do you see that?
That wouldn't be a bad one. What I normally do in such things is that if you get me the proposal, I will get one or two people on my team and have a group of committee and then plan towards that. So the estimate of it, the time, and what's expected from it, and the goal is pursuing is now what will matter for me coming inside on. I don't just do things because I want to do them.
Yeah.
I normally make sure it's going to impact on the youth and it's going to be a positive impact, not something that will bring a bad name to my brand because already NKC Justice Global Dopo
It's a
is
global brand.
already
It's a
known
global
everywhere. So
brand.
whatever I do is something that must be meaningful. Understand? Something that will present and a good image outside there to people and to my own self too. So it's going to be a welcome development so far as you know you're able to explain to me, or the organizers are able to explain to me how it's going to impact the society positively. Then take it up.
So the youth, senior man will draft him a proposal, will go on this. So, bossman, for the last and the least question, what advice would you give to the young people who wants to create positive change in their community but feel they lack resource or influence?
Okay. Like I said, I've had so many experiences. I've been in so many difficulties. I didn't just grow up like this. I didn't just wake up. I didn't inherit anything. Everything I have is me and God. I did not. I was nothing was kept from me and whatsoever. So if God can do it for me, it can do it for everybody. But one thing I want you to understand is that most of us, maybe through our parents or for whatsoever reason it is, or maybe how we were trained or grow up. I'm a Roman Catholic, and then I'm a Christian. I pray a lot. I believe in God. I put everything I do, I lay it up to God first before I take actions. I'm coming for your question, but what I'm trying to say is this: the youth should find things doing. It doesn't matter how small it is. You can actually make it if you find something doing, just like the things we've talked so far about people engaging themselves with some learning some handworks and going to school and other things, So I didn't have finance, but when I finished school, God helped me. I got work with Shell. I was working in Shell for 5 years, but between that period, I was looking at myself and I was like, the money I'm making is not what I'm expecting to get to where I want to be. So I was looking at the next options. I was doing business at that time when I was working in Shell. Whenever I'm off, I will go to Lagos or I'll travel to some place and I buy things and I come to back to Port Harcourt. I sell to my colleagues and other people. So what am I saying is that when we pray, because now our moms or our dads or people around us just push us, most of the youth now, go and stay and start praying for breakthrough, for success and other things. That's actually doing anything practical for that to come to. So my advice is that with or without no resources, find something doing, engage yourself somewhere, and then don't spend more than you're making. It's not a must that you must be making 1 billion or 100 or 1 million a month before you become a millionaire. You can be making 30,000, which is very small. Everybody know that the things are very difficult. But if you have something set aside, just in case something comes up that needed urgent money, because most of the time people might want to help you, but they want to see how far you've gone, what you are doing, and how willingly or what you have to put in from what you are going to get. So make sure at all time you have something saved, no matter how little it is. So you can always tell people, I need 10 million, but I have 200,000. It's reasonable than saying I don't have anything at all. People don't feel comfortable coming into helping people without, depending. It's only God that will send us such people. And then we can't keep praying without having a handwork, without working, because many people are being deceived now. You will get 1 million in your account tomorrow. God will open door for you. God will send you a helper, but you are not working. You are not schooling, you're not going to school, you're not working, you're not learning a handwork, you're not playing football, you're not doing you just sit at home. Things doesn't work like that. So my advice is that we should always find something doing, whether the finance is there or the finance is not there. Understand? God can lift you from anywhere, but there must be something you are targeting, there must be something you are pursuing, there must be something you are already working towards, even if the finance is not there, so that when the opportunity comes, you have already something to present. Because, for example, now you might not have the finance, but you are intelligent. Why don't you start using your Bible, your book to start writing poems, writing books, and other things? Then you don't have money to produce it. You don't have money to publish it and other things. If somebody comes to me and say, "How can I help you?" Say, "Oh, I'm a book writer. I've wrote so many poems. I've wrote so many books. I've done this, but I don't have money or something to or any
Publish
assistant
it.
to publish." The person will, okay, go and bring it. The person might look at it and say, "Okay, cool. Let me publish it for you." The person might call you and say, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm playing ball, but I don't have a sponsor." There must be something
You are doing
you are doing. There's so many
for God
things,
to be able to
yeah,
bless you.
to bless you. So you must not have money to make yourself relevant in the public, in the society, you know. And then it's too much ego on people these days that people don't even want to do something like charity works for people to recognize them. Like, for example, like you say, from camp now, if you're a young man, you're not a road safety, you're not a police, but you can volunteer to do some road work, clear traffic in the night. People who are passing, they're seeing you up and down. One day, person might park his car and ask you, this why you're always here. You don't you have any job, or this what you're doing? Oh, I don't have job, so I decided most of my free time, let me help and clear traffic. So the person might just decide to give you a contract, to give you something. So you must make yourself relevant and important in the society than sitting back home looking for favor where you cannot
You
get it
must
from.
be a problem solver.
Yeah, it must be something you are doing. So you must not have money to make money. Understand? You can make money by having money, but you must not have money to make money. Just make yourself important and present yourself out there. Let people see. Let people see what you are capable of doing. Be showing it. That is how I've always succeeded in my life. I've never go asking people for things without having a backup plan or things I will show to the person or to the people or to the organization that I've done or I'm doing or the plans I have. So it's very important. Not somebody meet you and say, "Hey, what can I do for you?" "Hey, anything you can do for me. Anyhow you can help me. Just help me." Some people actually will meet you and say, I just want you to help me. Let me be your boy. Be my boy and be doing what for me? Okay, I want you to teach him how to make money. Teach you how to make money. How? Is money a plant?
Does money fall from the tree?
Yeah. You can meet people and say, "These are my plans, but I don't have money to do them, to finance them." These are my plans, but because of lack of sponsorship, because I don't have money, because my poor background, well, I cannot actualize these dreams. Can you help me? If people just walk up to you and start asking for help, okay, what do you want to do? They will tell you, anything at all. You think I can do anything at all? Anyhow you can help
Fix
me.
me somewhere.
So where? How? Some people will come and tell you, please help me. I want to start a business. I need some money to start a business. How the person say, okay, cool. What business do you want to start? The person might tell you, I want to start building materials. You said, okay, no problem. What is the estimate? What plan do you have? What is your budget? The person will tell you, okay, I don't mind any amount you give me, I will manage. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you want to go into building materials and that is your plan, you should have go and learn building material. Find out how much is the shop, how much the things you want to be selling in your shop, how much do you need to start
The
your own the
business.
business. People just know. So when people come to me like that, I just see it as a waste of time because when you give them the money, they're going to eat it. They can't do anything with it. But if you come with a proper proposal, I want to start this. This is my plan. This is how much for the shop. This is what it's going to cost me to start. This is what I'm expecting to. And from this time to this time, I'm expecting I can make so amount. And this and that. This is how I planned it. It looks more reasonable than just telling me, please help me. Help you. How am I going to help you? What am I helping you with? What am I helping you on? So that is the major problem people have. So my advice is that people should make themselves relevant to the society and have things doing, have their plans on ground and on go, so that when the opportunity comes, they can grab it. So that's it.
Yes, senior man, without wasting much of your time, please can we get a small tour of your house?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
show us around.
We can. I have a meeting actually. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to put somebody to
Show us around.
show you around. Please. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
All right.
sir. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.